Let's get in it. Let's get in it. First of all, Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays, however you celebrate. I know you probably thought I was going to skip today, but your mans ain't going out like that. Okay. In a recent video, I had posited some questions like what's keeping you small, whatever. And one of the topics that came up had to do with this concept of balancing the difference between learning things and actually doing them. And I'm like, you know me, I use the word procrastinating. I think one of the things that people do in order to hide their perfectionism is say that they're still learning something. And procrastination is a form of perfection because you're putting it off because you don't think you will exactly excel at that. And I hear two things. I want to remind you that some of your best content comes from the stuff you didn't want to make, so just make it. And I want to go back to a book by Malcolm Gladwell a few years back, and that book was called Blink. The Power of Thinking Without Thinking. That book was a big, big eye opener, game changer, mind melter for me, all of the above. Because in the book, Malcolm talks about how sometimes the quick, like, muscle reaction, muscle memory decision works just as good, if not better, than those ones that are well thought out, or shall I dare to say over thought out. This happens for Mary Lou and I on Creators and Stuck all the time. We start the show, we're like, oh man, we didn't really pick a topic this week. What are we going to run with? We pull one out of the sky. All them joints are dope. Dope, 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 dope. And so sometimes just trusting yourself and, oh my God, I understand this has to do with confidence. And this came up again recently in a conversation. Confidence is about trust. It's not about abilities. I think people are miscalculating a lack of confidence, meaning that they don't have the ability to do. You have the ability to do it. You just don't trust yourself to do it. So that is what confidence is. And people will label it other things. I think we're mislabeling a lot of our hangups. Let's start there. So I want to give you food for thought. It's something I learned eons ago. I think I mentioned it in a video recently, but I'm old, so if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. When you learn something, go teach 3 people right away. Also, when you learn something, go and do it right away. Because if you learn it and you're stacking this learning, and you don't put it to practicality, it can become trouble. When I was in the Army, I had people that could pass the hell out of a test. Now I was a paramedic. So when we get to the field and like you could pass the test, but you couldn't actually start an IV in the field, you put someone's life in danger. So practicals is what they call it, aka practice. Practicals was just as important as being able to rifle off what you were saying in a test. A lot of people are committing all these things to memory, but they're not doing anything. And what happens is, I know a bunch of you guys are getting mixed messages from because you're trying to watch all the YouTube teachers, and we all got different styles. So those of you that resonate with me, I'm just going to be straight. I'm going to just tell you what it is. I'm not going to allow you to believe in the algorithm is holding you back, because that's BS. I'm not going to allow you to think about like gaining subs and gaining views, because not important. What you need to do is intentionally make content to the best of your ability, knowing that the next video will be better than the one you just did. And you're going to make that positive gain about 9 times in a row, and then you'll have a hiccup and you'll make a dud, and you won't care because the one you make after that will do better than all the previous 10. That's just the way it goes. Today, hottest team in basketball lost to the damn 76ers. Shut up, Eden. I'm never going to hear the end of this. I trash talk her constantly. Christmas Day, the Celtics lost to the damn 76ers. Merry Christmas, Eden. That'll be the last time your 76ers beat us. It happens. Even the best championship teams will have a day off. Unfortunately, it had to be to those turkeys. But if you just learn it, do it. Learn it, do it. Learn it, do it. You just get better. Sometimes you got to learn it, do it till it finally sinks in. It happens. But again, if you just keep stacking learning and you don't take action, you'll never know what comes out of it. You don't know how well you could bake a cake until you put some batter in the oven. So please stop procrastinating, which is funny for me to say as a person who teaches this stuff. But when I say something that I think is teaching towards you, I really want you to actually apply it and then come back with more questions. So that's my rant for today. I hope it helped you out. And you know I'm going to say it. I am sorry, broken record here. I don't know who needed to hear it, but one of y'all did. And if it was you, bless up the comments. If it wasn't you, bless up the comments anyway and just say Merry Christmas to the rest of the LGL fam. Just let us know that you're here and let us know that you're breathing. Now, the stats are getting better. About 80% of y'all watch these joints that ain't subscribed, so go ahead and press it. Let's get that number down to 75%. I only got a week left to try to get this sucker up to 20,000 subs, but you know your mans won't quit. I am not a quitter. I am here today on Christmas, hanging out with y'all, even after my Celtics loss, and full of cheesecake at the moment. Okay, and sake. You know your mans. I had some sake. But I had a great time hanging out with the fam, so I'm like, I'm going to go hang out with the other fam right now. So I'm here. I'll be here as long as you need. If you got questions, drop them down in the comment section below, and you know what is up. Algorithm's going to show you another video that I think you should watch, and you know I agree with them. Merry Christmas.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver in silence.